ensure that this happens. This falls within your oversight. Mr. Speaker, you will recall that I had earlier forwarded to this distinguished Honorable House of Assembly the medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategic paper 2026 to 2028, which is the government's pre-budget statement that outlines the medium-term development priorities of this government. The MTEF/FSP document relies on both domestic and global economic parameters, variables, and key indicators, as advised by the federal fiscal authorities, to enable all subnational in Nigeria make reasonable and coherent forecasts for the year 2026 to 2028. The proposed 2026 budget stems from the MTEF/FSP 2026 to 2028 and also took into cognizance the state 30 years development plan spanning 2021 to 2050. Mr. Speaker, sir, you may wish to note that all ministry, departments, and agencies had earlier developed work plans to guide their activities. The proposed 2026 budget reflects the work plans of the MDAs, and it is in alignment with the vision of this administration and wishes of our people, as I earlier articulated. As you are aware, the federal government had implemented major reforms in the last 2 years. This reform had improved the nation's monetary and fiscal stability and resilience. The pains, largely unintended, are fading away, while the gains are manifesting. The Naira exchange rate has stabilized, while inflation is on decline. Also, the national gross domestic product is on a positive outlook. Furthermore, the passage of 4 new tax bills by the federal government earlier this year had laid the foundation for improved tax administration. Meanwhile, on the global economic outlook, there is a weak global economic look accentuated by the conflict in the Middle East and Ukraine. All such developments and their possible impact on our 2026 budget have been taken into consideration. As I earlier indicated, the proposed 2026 budget had been carefully prepared to consolidate on our achievements in infrastructure transformation. We shall consolidate on our achievements in the agri sector by providing enabling and conducive environment to investors in agribusiness. We shall also continue to provide incentives, seedlings, and farm implements to our local farmers. We shall sustain our tractorization scheme in 2026 to enable food security in the state. As you are aware, the recent report rated Ekiti State as the state with the least price of food items in the southwest Nigeria. As gratifying as this report is, we will not relent on our efforts to make life more meaningful and bearable to our people. We will collaborate with relevant stakeholders, including federal government agencies and private sector, to further stimulate the economy of the state. In 2026, the informal sector will be given a pride of place. The need to provide an enabling environment for existing and emerging businesses cannot be overemphasized. Therefore, as a government, we shall collaborate with relevant financial institutions to provide credit facilities to business owners at affordable interest rates. We will also embark on empowerment programs for micro, small, and medium enterprises in the state. In addition, registered cooperatives in the state will be provided with the needed support to boost their businesses. The macroeconomic frameworks for the 2026 budget. Crude oil price benchmark of $55 per barrel, oil production rate 1.7 million barrels per day, exchange rate of 1,500 to the USD. We cap inflation at 23%, mineral ratio 20%, and real GDP growth by 3.2%. Well, we got all this from the NGF, National Bureau of Statistics, and the Federal Ministry of Budget and National Planning. Objective of the 2026 budget. The objective of the proposed 2026 budget as follows: to further promote good governance, accountability, transparency, and efficiency in public service delivery. 2, to promote social inclusion and human capital development in the state with a view to enhancing the dignity of individuals, guarantee security and provide opportunity for a better life. 3, to further boost agric for efficient, stable, and resilient food system to meet local food demands and ensure food security. 4, to realize the long-term aspiration of making Ekiti the best place to live, to work, to visit, and to invest by the year 2050. 5, to enhance quality healthcare delivery through the implementation of strategic health policies. 6, to further create employment opportunities by attracting investors to the state through the creation and provision of enabling environment. 7, to enhance productivity through technological development, digitalization of the public service. 8, to promote a culture and of the state, improve youth engagement, participation and empowerment, and by extension, promote values reorientations and productivity. 9, to complete all ongoing projects. Revenue projection. As I earlier reiterated, the executive have submitted the supplementation of this Honorable House of Assembly. The improvement in our revenue has strengthened our capacity to implement more projects in the state. To achieve this, the executive prepared a supplementary estimate of 398.33 billion, which is made up of 222.89 billion recurrent expenditure and 175.44 billion capital expenditure. This represents recurrent capital ratio of 44 to 56. The proposed supplementary budget is currently under consideration by the House of Assembly. Distinguished Speaker and honorable members, to consolidate on the achievement recorded in various sectors of the economy, we have proposed a total budget size of 450 revenue from MDs. And the 2026 revenue projection is a reflection of the state's and national economic outlook for the next fiscal year. As a government, we are optimistic that the independent revenue of the state will improve in 2026 with the concerted effort of Ekiti State Internal Revenue Service and other revenue-generating agencies, notwithstanding the new tax law, which will take effect from January 1, 2026. And the distribution is on the table as shown on page 15 of the speech. The opening balance of 33.5 billion, federal allocation 126.6 billion, VAT 80.1 billion, independent revenue 45.4 billion, external borrowing 119.7, then loan 10 billion. Everything adds up to 415,572.08. Furthermore, considering our cordial relationship with the federal government, we have the strong hope that we shall receive greater support from the federal government to carry out more laudable projects and elevate poverty in the state. We also hope to strengthen our collaboration with our development partners to assist with the implementation of projects with long-span economic value. Expenditure estimates. The recurrent expenditure in the proposed 2026 budget is 221.87 billion, while the capital expenditure is 193.70 billion. This gives a recurrent capital ratio of 53 to 47. The recurrent expenditure includes personnel costs, overhead costs, social contributions and benefits, debt service, and grants, while capital expenditure relates to the cost of infrastructure and other developmental projects. Mr. Speaker, it is my pleasure to inform you that this administration has cleared all backlogs of outstanding salaries to state workers, as promised during our electionary campaign. We have also commenced the payment of outstanding leave bonuses to workers to improve their welfare. Also, we have been consistent in the payment of pension and gratuity to our retirees. And I know that as part of the activities for our 3rd year anniversary, the head of service is making a payment of close to 2 billion next week as gratuity to our pensioners. We commenced the payment of new minimum wage in January 2025. These and other welfare schemes will be sustained in 2026. Capital expenditure. Distinguished honorable members, the importance of infrastructure to economic development cannot be overemphasized. While we are making concerted efforts to bridge the infrastructure deficit, we are also poised to create the enabling environment for investors in the state to increase our gross domestic product. Therefore, I wish to reiterate the commitment of our administration to provide basic and essential public infrastructure for sustainable economic growth. Accordingly, our capital expenditure in 2026 will focus on more financial commitment in infrastructural development across the state. The sum of 193.70 billion has been proposed as capital expenditure for 2026 fiscal year. This amount represents 47% of the total budget size. The amount has been distributed into the various sectors of the economy as follows. Admin, 9%, economic sector, 73%, law, justice sector, 5%, social sector, 14%. The above figures underscores a shared prosperity agenda and focus on the completion of all ongoing infrastructural projects, food security, and wealth creation in the year 2026. Economic sector. The economic sector is made up of agri and food security, rural development, small and medium enterprises, and social investment programs, art, culture, and tourism and infrastructure. This sector plays a vital role in the state based on its capacity to engender sustainable growth and development. The sum of 140.99 billion has been projected as capital expenditure for the sector in the proposed 2026 budget. These are some of the major projects to be executed under the economic sector: land clearing and transplantation program, promotion of livestock farming, including broilers, goats, and pig production settlements across the state, construction and rehabilitation of farmstead roads, furnishing of the revenue house project, purchase and installation of transformer, rehabilitation of state and federal roads in the state, procurement of security equipment for Ekiti Cargo Airport, and also support for the informal sector. Art, culture, and tourism. The need to promote our cultural heritage and tourist attraction sites is paramount as they drive economic growth through job creation and revenue generation, thus fostering community pride and civic identity. In view of the importance attached to this sector, we have earmarked the sum of 2.4 billion in the proposed 2026 budget for the following: the construction of the Olowe Museum at Ise-Ekiti, and construction of heritage sites at Ilogbo, Igede, and Ikere, respectively, and other notable projects. Infrastructure. Mr. Speaker and distinguished members, you will agree with me that our administration has carried out massive infrastructural development works in the last 3 years. The administration is committed to providing adequate infrastructural facilities across the state to strengthen our economy and improve the lives of the people. Therefore, the vast portion of our capital budget has been allocated to this sector. We will focus on water supply, electricity, housing, improved road network, and provision of other infrastructural facilities across the state. Some, not all, some of the critical projects include the following. 1. Rehabilitation of the 30.2 kilometers Okeayedun, Ipao, Okeako, Irele Road. 2. Reconstruction of the Oro Alanaka Imamba Road, Efalaye. Reconstruction of the 17.4 kilometer Itaido, Idoile, Okembesi Junction Road. Rehabilitation of Ado-Tantip Road. Reconstruction of the 15.3 kilometer Awo, Ara, Ijero Road. Reconstruction of the 22 kilometer Ijan, Ise Road. And rehabilitation of the 19.8 kilometer Ado-Iworoko. We continue to work on that. Then the reconstruction of 12.1 kilometer Iloro Ijuni, Ayegunle Road. And reconstruction of Igede, Awo, Ejio, Eshure, Ilomu, and Ifaki Road. Social sector. This sector plays a critical role in enhancing quality healthcare delivery, youth development, and human capital development, gender empowerment, and curbing environmental degradation. The sector harmonizes the basic and essential needs of the population. Considering the importance of the sector, substantial votes have been earmarked. Some of the projects to be executed are renovation of health facilities across the 16 local governments, construction and equipping of the multipurpose building at Exut, control of floods and erosion control work, construction, renovation of primary and secondary schools across the state, infrastructure support for our tertiary institutions, completion of the ongoing indoor sport halls, and completion of the rehabilitation works at Oluyemi Kayode Stadium. Law and justice sector. Honorable members, adequate provisions have been made in the proposed budget to enhance the activities of the legislature and the judiciary as separate arms of government. In this regard, we have prioritized the completion of the renovation work at the House of Assembly and the procurement of vehicles for our judges and other judicial staff in the proposed budget. Our administration will continue to uphold the autonomy of both arms of government for better performance of their constitutional functions. Regional sector, it is important to appreciate the effort and collaboration of our federal lawmakers in this regard. Also, we continue to intensify collaborative efforts with the southwestern sister states to implement projects to promote sustainable development in the region. Admin sector. The administrative sector is the engine of governance. Our public service will be strengthened in the coming year to promote efficient and effective service delivery. Furthermore, human resource digitization will be embarked upon in accordance with global best practices. Excellence will be rewarded accordingly, while our officers will be exposed to modern training to keep them abreast of modern and global development. Furthermore, we will provide the needed infrastructure to enhance the productivity of the civil servant. This administration has been inclusive, responsive, accountable, and transparent. We shall continue to engage civil society groups for feedbacks on our policies and programs. Through this and complementary effort, we will further ensure and deepen participatory democratic governance in our states. Social investment, support for people with special needs. As part of our mandate to improve the welfare of our people at different strata, we have accorded priority to people with special needs. We have established Office of Special Education and Social Inclusion to care specially for people living with disabilities. We shall intensify our efforts at making life more meaningful for people with special needs and vulnerable segments of our society. Specifically, we shall embark on the construction of relief and rehabilitation homes in Ado-Ekiti for people with special needs and the vulnerable groups. Also, we shall provide befitting infrastructure at the 3 special schools in the state. In addition, we shall expend significant resources on programs aimed at promoting skills acquisition for our women, for our youth, and people living with disabilities. These programs will include training and supply of working tools and equipment, among others. Internal security. On security, we are aware of the security challenges in our nation. The recent development in our neighboring states has put us on our toes to guard against unnecessary incursion into our community. We shall continue to protect and safeguard our borders. Consequently, provisions have been made to enhance the security of lives and properties in our state, and also to attract the much-needed investment to enhance the economic development of the state. Our government will continue to strengthen the Safe City project to protect the lives and properties of our people against banditry. In the coming year, we will collaborate more actively with and intensify our support to federal security outfits in the states to enhance our security. At this junction, I wish to express my profound appreciation to the members of the State House of Assembly for your cooperation, for your collaboration, and support. You are indeed a formidable partner in progress. Thank you very much. I also acknowledge with gratitude and thanks the support, massive, of our federal legislature, led by the Senate leader, Senator Michael Okpeyemi Bamidele, and thankfully, Right Honorable Femi Bamidele is here. Please kindly extend my appreciation to all of them. They are also worthy partners in this journey. I'm extremely grateful on behalf of the people to all of you. In addition, I acknowledge with thanks members of the State Executive Council for assisting in the preparation of the draft budget and overall commitment to the delivery of our promise to Ekiti people. I sincerely appreciate our royal fathers for their support and prayers. We also appreciate all your sacrifices and support, and we remain committed to your welfare. To our political leaders, I'm extremely grateful for your overwhelming support. I do not take this for granted. Thank you. I also appreciate our development partners, civil society organizations, fiscal coordinating agencies, and ministry, department, and agency for their efforts in producing realistic estimates for the next fiscal year. I sincerely appreciate the Chief of Staff for providing the needed leadership in the preparation of the 2026 budget estimates. I acknowledge and appreciate the panel secretary, Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, and the entire staff of the ministry. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well done. Thank you so much. To the gentlemen of the press and other media houses, thank you for gracing this occasion. We count on your cooperation and support as we continue to move our dear state forward. I solicit for your cooperation and charge you to give balanced views of events in the coming months, especially as the state prepare for gubernatorial elections next year. Conclusion. The policy trust programs and projects of this administration for 2026 are contained in the draft budget that I have just presented. We pray for abundant prosperity and resources in 2026 to fund the budget. I implore this Honorable House for timely consideration and passage of the 2026 appropriation bill to enhance NX implementation from January 1, 2026. The Honorable Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning will present the breakdown and analysis of the budget to the general public after its eventual passage by this Honorable House. With great pleasure, I have a deep sense of responsibility. I hereby lay before this Honorable House of Assembly the proposed 2026 budget estimate of Ekiti State Government, which has been christened Budget of Impactful Governance. I wish you incisive deliberations as you consider the fiscal document. Thank you. May God bless you all. May God bless Ekiti State. May God bless Nigeria.
Please, media, can you just leave the high so that Mr. Governor will have a right of way to the maze? Sergeant at time, please, can you just, thank you. Yes, thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you for the detailed message that you have passed in the presentation of this budget year 2026 appropriation. Your Excellency, I can attest to the fact that Ekiti State is living to the billing, and when it comes to fiscal transparency. And I must say that in all our budget preparation to the appropriation bill itself being accepted to by the governor, we always follow the swiftest procedures and the best practice. And I can tell you, Your Excellency, that this year will not be an exception. The members of the House, last year, you were around till December 2027 just to ensure that we meet the targets and that the due process is followed. This year also will not be an exception, and we will work. At least we have at least 8 weeks within which to work to scrutinize this budget. And I can assure your excellencies that member, because I know them to be very dedicated, committed, selfless, and not just that they are dedicated and committed, they are also very intelligent and brilliant, and they will do justice to this budget of impactful governance. Impactful governance. I don't know what happened in the first assembly, but this is 7th assembly where we are very selfless, we are committed. So the first assembly is speaking, but we are talking about a very dedicated member of the 7th assembly. And Right Honorable Olatubosun, I greet you. Honorable Yemisi Ayokunle, I also greet you. All former members of this house, I greet you. Dear colleagues, the first reading of the budget had been done. So let's prepare for the second reading, where we will debate the budget, the bill, thoroughly. And you can be assured we now have a lot on our desk. And may I also inform all MDAs to be prepared to defend this budget. The House committees will be inviting you. Mr. Governor has done his own. You must also come before the House to defend this budget. It is not an arithmetic. You must be able to show value for money. And that is exactly what the House committee will do. So get ready, get prepared to come and defend this budget. But Your Excellency, I must say that it seems member now, I have been looking at I follow you, and I'm trying to read. It seems I don't understand this budget anymore. Members will require more training. They will need training. So, because if as the speaker I am looking at the papers, it seems I cannot understand, I wonder my members. So there will be need to go on budget training in line with the best practice, is in line with the best practice. So Your Excellency, I will come to you, and I know when I come to you, graciously you are going to approve that for training for members at a place that we will discuss, Your Excellency. At a place we are going to discuss, Your Excellency. So, at least. So that figures will be put in the right, and resources will be allocated rightly, and that we will also be on same page. You know, sometimes people don't know. I have heard people saying we are on same page. We can be on same page reading different books. We can be on same page reading different books. But for us to be on same page, we should be able to be on same page reading the same book. And that is exactly why we need this. Is important. We will see you. Yes. At this junction, I will invite Honorable Johnson Oyekola Bode Adeoye, the man that sometimes computer will have to reject the names because it's so long. Joba, I think that is better. The man representing Ekiti West to do the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, Your Excellency, Mr. Governor, our own performing Omoluabi and the political Solomon of our time. We thank you for coming once again to perform this tradition in compliance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And it is an attestation to the respect you have for the legislative arm of government. We appreciate you. We thank our loyal deputy governor here seated. We appreciate you, man, for the collaboration, for the cooperation, for giving Mr. Governor Ifokambale. We appreciate you.
He is one of our legislative, that has entered into our legislative lexicon. Give our governor Ifokambale. That's a good one. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to appreciate all the members of the Executive Council using our elegant SSG, Alaja Adubiaro, as a point of contact. We also want to appreciate distinguished former honorable members of this assembly, particularly former Speaker, Right Honorable Femi Bamishile, former Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Oladapo Karunwi, and former Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Taiwo Olatubosun, for witnessing this occasion.
Now on the other side of the divide.
And we also thank all other familiar faces that we are seeing to adopt Mr. Governor's language, the past, current, and the future cabinet members. We appreciate you all for coming. Mr. Governor, we appreciate you once again for the sterling leadership, for the nationally acknowledged performance, and for bringing Ekiti in the national news for positive reasons at all times. Mr. Governor, we appreciate you for the impactful inclusion of these legislators in the political process, which has also brought us to relevance, has brought us more to the people, and it has also enhanced our ability to engage at the grassroots level. We appreciate you for the improved executive-legislative relationship. And as you all can see, a few days ago, we were to Keayoba to dine and wine with Mr. Governor. We appreciate you for that kind of encouragement. Mr. Governor, we appreciate you.
Honorable Johnson Yekolabo Adoye, for better understanding, let people understand, our dining and whining is discussion around the development of Ekiti State. The whining and dining that we have is to look into our achievements, is to look into our gains, and to also think on what is ahead of us. That is our own whining and dining. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to appreciate Mr. Governor on behalf of the House of Assembly for the entire reconstruction and remodeling of this assembly complex. The magnitude of work being carried out now has never been witnessed before. We appreciate you for this. And this, like Mr. Speaker rightly mentioned in his speech, will also enhance the information communication technology integration that the House of Assembly has been nationally acknowledged for. And that has been due to your collaboration with the House of Assembly, because you have created that working environment that is very conducive for us to thrive. We appreciate you. Mr. Governor, there is a particular item in the budget that that caught my attention. I noticed that in 2025 budget, provision for capital expenditure was 104 billion, around that. Now it has moved to 193 billion. And if what we have seen with around 104 billion is this achievement that has been nationally acknowledged, we can also dream of what to expect in the coming year with 193 billion. Mr. Governor, let me lastly appreciate you for the Taore Okemesi Ijero Road Phase 1 completed and that will be commissioned. I also thank you for the approval of Itaido, Idole, Okemesi Road. We appreciate you, Mr. Governor.
If I had known this is what you are going to do, I would have asked Femi Fatula to do this vote of thanks.
Mr. Governor, we appreciate you. We appreciate everyone here present, dear colleagues. I appreciate you. Right Honorable Speaker, God will continue to bless you. Amen. You are a good leader, and we are behind you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, right, Honorable Johnson Yekola Bodiadeoye. I must also thank all members of this 7th Assembly, starting with my deputy, Right Honorable Bolaji Egbeyemi. Thank you for doing a great job, all principal officers and all members. Thank you, because each time we call on you, just because of this budget, I had to cut short your recess to come, and you all came. Your Excellency, you can see, the only person who is not around, of course, will have been here if not for the cancel flight. All of them, I know about 5 of them have to return from abroad just to be part of this. And all of them have returned to state and to work for the people of Ekiti State. May I also use this medium to also inform us and the general public that come Thursday next week, 16th day of October 2026, there is going to be State of the State. But this one is going to be a very exceptional one. And I'm using this medium to extend invitation on behalf of Mr. Governor to everyone to attend. Recall, I am extending this invitation on behalf of Mr. Governor. So when you come, if you need any item 7, if you need any entertainment, if you need anything, note that it's Mr. Governor that will provide that. My assignment is to invite all of you to attend. I am going to talk to you. We will do our job. Entertainment and the rest will be done by His Excellency. However, if he asks me to do this on his behalf, don't worry, I am going to deliver that also. But we will wait next week. And by the grace of God and to the glory of God, I think, next week Thursday, you will see the wonders of what this governor has also done in Ekiti State, particularly with the assembly complex, most especially the chamber. You will see a new gallery on that day. You will see a state-of-the-art chamber, and you are going to see something very new. I must say thank you, Your Excellency. When we came on board, I came to you, Your Excellency, and I told you my vision for this place. And without any hesitation, Your Excellency granted that, approved that, and that is what has led us to where we are now today. Our fathers, once again, thank you for being part. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, thank you for being the person you are. And I would say, continue to be yourself. Thank you for being a loyal and dedicated Deputy Governor. To everyone, I say thank you once again. On that note, I call on the Leader of the House to take us through the next item on our other paper.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you, my dear colleagues. Thank you, Your Excellency, and thank you, every other guest that is here. Right Honorable Speaker, the last item of today, having exhausted all other items, is items 4, and that is adjournment. And in view of this, I would like to move the motion that this House adjourns until October 16. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. This House, I move a motion that this House adjourns Synod. I so move.
Any seconder? Yes. Honorable Temitope Ademola Longe Ewu Beloko Longe fún ara ẹ̀ gan Ewu.
Right Honorable Speaker, Your Excellency Mr. Governor, My name is Lunge Temitope Ademola, and I represent the good people of Oyo Constituency 1, Mr. Speaker. I rise this afternoon with very profound respect, Mr. Speaker, to second the motion as moved by the majority leader that this Honorable House adjourn Sinadai. I so move. Thank you.
You can't move again.
So second.
Thank you very much for seconding that motion that this House adjourn Sinadai. I know that some people will still want to say in this old chamber, you can press no after others might have pressed yes. But what happens is, if you press no, yes, you will have the opportunity to stay with Right Honorable Karonwe, Right Honorable Bafem, Right Honorable Olatunbosun, Franklin, and the rest of them to sit and continue to look at, you can, I know the nostalgia is there, and you can begin to come back again. They will tell you what happened in their days, particularly the one Right Honorable Olatunbosun said the other time. He talks about money. So you will know how they share money. You can ask him how they were doing it in their time. On that note, I put a question that those in favor that this hour adjourned Sinadai, press yes. And if you are against, press no. Register in, then press. And you can abstain if you want to. Okay. Yes, one person said yes, no. And that person will stay with those I have mentioned. Please, can you project the name of that person? Yes. The person in red, who is that? Mention the name. On red. Huh? Yes, Babatunde Omota, a new entrant into APC, has just said no. Well, it's good, but for us in the majority party, once we take an agreement together, you are very new. That is why you don't know. So we will forgive you today. And because maybe it was another person, I would have said you should wait behind. But since you are a new entrant to the majority party, we will teach you how we do it. Leader of the house, please educate him properly. That when we agree on a thing, nobody go against it. Unless you want to go to ECO. And you know what? And you know the end result of ECO? Disqualification. So that you will not be disqualified at our next sitting, you always remember to press yes. It is on that note that I say the yes, have it. Thank you very much. God bless you. Give us. Okay. Yes, sir.
àfàwọn onírìkìṣí àfàwọn abánijẹ́ ènìyàn ló máa ní báwo ṣe dáadáa báwo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́kìtì gbogbo ojú dẹ̀ ti rí báwo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́kìtì gbogbo ojú dẹ̀ ti gbọ́ tó bá tún wọlé lẹ́ẹ̀kejì àtúnṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ sí o torí àṣẹ gúdúgúdú méje yàyà mẹ́fà o. àfẹnijẹ́ aṣọ tẹ àfàwọn onírìkìṣí àfàwọn abánijẹ́ ènìyàn ló máa ní báwo ṣe dáadáa báwo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́kìtì gbogbo ojú dẹ̀ ti rí báwo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́kìtì gbogbo ojú dẹ̀ ti rí.
Your Excellency, thank you. This can dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Bí bíbá yìí ṣe há wọn sì bá envelope yẹn dọ́wọ́ wa sir. Thank you sir. A máa gbà pẹ́. Appreciate yín sir. Mr. Speaker, ó kéré máa sọ gbéra. Speaker, àjọni fúnra ẹ̀. Your Excellency, thank you. Viscan dúpẹ́ o wípé ẹ ṣeun o.